Hello. How are you guys doing? There is a chat feature. Oh, okay. My dog wants to see everybody. There we go. Okay, Onyx, you got to stay right here, baby. So there's Onyx. Do you guys see Onyx? How's everybody doing? I've got some people in here. If you look down at the bottom, there's a chat feature. And you are welcome to let me know you're here by that chat feature. You can just type in, yes, I can hear you. It's good to see you. Anything to let me know that you're here. You are going to want to make sure that you are on mute. I love it. Just woke up. I understand. I've been up for a little while, but yesterday was interesting. Good. Okay. The chat feature is kind of down at the bottom. And you do want to be sure that you have your particular, you want to be on mute. You want to be sure you're on mute. Good. Good. Now we're going to wait a couple of minutes. Oh, I've got some cute pictures. And you don't have to have your video on. It's completely and totally up to you if you want your video on. Some people choose to, some people don't. It's raining at my house. I did have a couple people tell me their power was out, but this will be recorded. How are we feeling about things? You are welcome to chat and ask questions over here. Just how are we feeling? Probably a little nervous, a little anxious. I'm going to start everything I want to talk about in about 2 minutes. And I am going to talk about our project too. So we're going to get to talk about all those different kinds of things. So it is all going to be okay. I promise. Okay, so the chat is down at the bottom. Feel free at any point during our time together today, if you've got a question, you can type it into that chat. You can type it into that chat, and I will get it. I'll see it at that point. Okay. Okay. Now, I just need to pull up the chat so I can see everybody's questions. Okay, so again, if you need anything, you just type into that chat and I'll see it. I've got it up to where I can see it. Okay, I know that we're a little uneasy and a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. That's okay. I am still here, just like I've always been here, for you to ask questions and for you to let me know what's going on. Okay, it's just going to look a little bit different. So I want to take a few minutes first to reassure you that I have been teaching online for a long time. Okay, so I know we get a little bit lost. I know where students kind of disappear into cyberspace. I know some of the support systems that you need, and I know how to try to make things as clear as possible on what you're supposed to do. So let's talk about what's going to be the same and what's going to be different. What's going to be the same and what's going to be different. So I'm still going to post all lectures in Canvas. Homework is still going to be in WebAssign, and we're still going to have class on Tuesday at 9:30. Now, Zoom only lets me have a 40-minute class. So the live classes can't last as long because we're on a limited contract with Zoom. And so like this morning, I'll probably last between 30 and 35 minutes. I will always record them. And the reason that I will always record our weekly overview is because some people's Wi-Fi is not as reliable as others. So all of this will always be recorded. And I had a couple different people communicate with me yesterday about it. So just know that everything will be recorded for your benefit. Okay, what is different? We will not have scheduled class on Thursday. You will be using that time to watch my lectures and take notes. Office hours are inside Zoom. So I'll show you my schedule, pretty much 9 to noon. I will be online in Zoom, and then in the afternoon, I'll be returning emails, grading, doing some other stuff so that you can have the lessons that you need and the lectures that you need. So, but I'll still be returning emails and stuff like that. Your tests, your quizzes, and your final exam will be inside WebAssign. The good part about that is that you will get a practice test that looks almost identical to the test. And I know that we've had some ups and downs in WebAssign, but I do think that that's going to be the very best. I've already done it in 131, and students really appreciate that practice test because they get used to everything, and then when they take the test, they're right there, they've got it. And that's been a really very positive thing. So that's what's going to happen. The tests and the quizzes will be timed. The tests and the quizzes will be timed. So that's a little bit different. You'll have an hour and a half on each, an hour and a half for the quiz and an hour and a half on the test. If you have a DSS letter, and you've already given that to me, then I will adjust those times for you without any questions. If you don't have a DSS letter and you do need extended time, then I need you to get that letter to me as soon as possible so that I can make those adjustments. I can't do additional time if I don't have a letter from DSS. So that is what's the same and what's different. I'm going to pause here for just a second, and if anybody has any questions, you can type it into the chat, and I'll be happy to answer those questions right here. And even if I move forward and you have a question, you can still type it into the chat. Okay, so where do I go for help? So in a few minutes, I'm going to show you the online resources and the discussions inside Canvas. I've got lots of different things there that can help you for an online class, including this presentation. So including this PowerPoint that will be available to you. There are some WebAssign. If you have trouble with WebAssign, there are your support for WebAssign. Tech support is still available at Montevallo. You can submit a ticket, you can call them, or you can email them. And then of course you can always email me. So I will, all of this is posted inside Canvas so that you can refer back to that, okay? Yes, your last tests are graded. Are they not up? I thought I entered those in. Okay, I will check on that. I have a question about our last tests, and I graded them a while back. I thought that I put them in, but it's possible I didn't. It has been a crazy couple of weeks us trying to figure all this out. So I will check on your last test. Thank you. That's a good question. So any other questions on where do I go for help? And you can just type that in if you've got any questions about where do I go for help. Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things that's going to be happening, my internet is so slow. I am dealing with that in my home. My husband is here and he is doing telemedicine, so he's seeing patients. And both of my children are taking online classes. So in my house, I'm on in the morning, and my husband is online in the afternoon doing Zoom. So that's kind of how we worked it out. And my kids are kind of like, if one of them has to take a test online, then they let us know and we stay offline. So it's going to be a very real issue if you've got multiple people in your family trying to connect to the internet to attend classes all at the same time. So possible issues are that you've got multiple people trying to attend classes. Several people are working from home. You might live in a rural area. Gaming. My son loves to game, and he can only game at night because everybody else is on the internet. And that's a big drain of the bandwidth. Sometimes if you're streaming Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus, that can eat up your bandwidth too. So be aware that having enough Wi-Fi and a strong enough Wi-Fi could potentially be an issue, and you want to think about some of these solutions. One of the things you can do is you consider working at off times. I never have an issue early in the morning because no one else is awake. You could work late at night. One of the things that you've been pretty successful in is using your phone to watch my videos, your LTE on your phone, instead of using the Wi-Fi at your house. So that's an option. And we've dealt with that at school. Sometimes our Wi-Fi, even in our room 120, is a little different. Work out a schedule with others in your home to be online at different times. You can also go to the parking lots of areas that provide Wi-Fi, but stay in your car, practice social distancing. Please do not go into any of these. And actually, I think they're all closed in the state of Alabama. But you could go to the parking lot of some of those to access their Wi-Fi. Starbucks and McDonald's has made statements that they're leaving their Wi-Fi up for customers to use. So let's go. How to be successful in an online class. It's very similar to how to be successful in face-to-face. Work 1 hour every day on your math, okay? Devote our Tuesday and Thursday class time to working on math. Watch the lectures that I post and take notes. You're gonna have a PowerPoint that I use for notes, so you can literally take notes on that PowerPoint if that's what you would like to do. Do the homework. Check email and Canvas. Check email and Canvas multiple times a day. Now, I'm not going to change anything. On Mondays, I'll have everything for the week, or by Tuesday morning. Kind of think of your week as Tuesday to Monday night. And I'll send it out to you right after we do our overview. I'll send out a kind of a summary of everything that we're going to do for the week and what you need to take care of. And that won't change. That will not change. You may even want to print it out. Some of the dates have changed slightly. Your test has been moved until you can finish it as late as April 24th. And your final exam, you can finish it as late as April 30th. So kind of look on WebAssign or Canvas just to make sure you've got those dates. Some of them have been pushed back. If you need help, you can email me, go to virtual office hours, post in the discussion. Treat this like we are still meeting several times a week. Treat it the same way. Devote the same amount of time. Okay. Any questions about that? I'm going to pause just for a second to see if anybody needs to type in a question. Okay. I am going to move to the last one. Now, the A, B, C, D, F versus pass-fail. That is a situation that's coming from the registrar. The absolute best person to talk to about that is going to be your academic advisor. That's going to be the best person. My understanding is you can choose per class. So if you don't like your grade in this class, then you can choose to just get the pass on it. You do have to still pass. You have to get a 70 or above or a 60 or above, depending on what your degree plan is. Your advisor is who is going to know much of that. Now, if you choose pass-fail, it will not affect your GPA. So if your grade in this class is a C or a D and you want to do the pass-fail, you would get the pass, and then that grade would not be factored into your GPA. And that is why we're doing this, is to try to protect the students. If you are qualifying for a scholarship, or if you've got to have a certain GPA to continue to play sports, that's a super good way to do that. Okay, and I don't understand it completely, but I do know that the absolute best person to talk to is your academic advisor. Okay, I am going to move away from this PowerPoint presentation. Are there any questions about the presentation? And you can just type those in if you have any questions. Okay, and you can always email me or come to office hours and stuff like that. Okay, so I am going to close this, and I am going to move to our Canvas class. Okay, whoops. There's our Canvas class. Okay, so a couple things that I just want you to be aware of. Here is the beginning of the semester files, the units that we've already done. We've already done the review, functions, and polynomials. This is a new module right here, resources for online learning. Okay, the first document is my schedule. And in general, I am online in the mornings, and then I am returning emails, grading, and creating videos in the afternoon. Okay, so kind of be aware of that. Now, all of this yellow is when I am in Zoom. That's when I am in Zoom, ready to take questions. I've got a whiteboard that I can write on. I've got all sorts of good stuff. And then in the afternoon, that's when I'm doing video creation. I'll return your emails, and we can even chat if we need to, but I'm not physically going to be in the Zoom during that time. So that's good to look at, my schedule. And all of these are on the home page. General questions for online learning. This is where you would post a question if you get stuck on something, and I can respond and everybody in the class can see it. So this is not private, just so you know if you've got any questions, like, oh, Alicia, what about tutoring? Or, oh, Alicia, I can't get my Zoom to work. And I can try to problem solve that for you. So this is general questions for online. We also have a general questions for math content. Okay, the absolute best thing that you can do here is post a screenshot. Okay, if you post a screenshot, that's the easiest thing for me to do. And a lot of times I'll create a video and upload it so everybody can see it. But please make sure I understand exactly what you're asking. And a screenshot is really the best thing for me to see for that. So those are discussion questions. Okay. This is a link to Tuesday's class overview. So every Tuesday at 9:30, we will get together and we will talk about what's going to happen for that week. And that happens right here. So think of this link right here as our Harmon 120. So when we are going to class, you go to Harmon 120. So that's this link right here. When you come to see me during my office hours, that is this link to my office hours. That's you coming to my office. So those are two different links. And you can always go back and look at my schedule to see which one that I'm in. Okay, if you are having issues with WebAssign, this is the help desk for WebAssign, and then you also have your help desk for Montevallo. Okay? And I'm gonna pause just for a second to see if there's any questions on that. Okay, good. Okay, weekly overview presentations. So right here, this is the PowerPoint that I shared with you. Moving to online presentations 144 PDF. So if you need any information from that PowerPoint, it's right here. This right here, and I'll send this out to you in an email, these are your assignments for this week. Okay, this is what you are gonna do this week. You are gonna watch a lecture video for 5.1. That will be posted in Canvas. You're going to watch a lecture video for lesson 5.2, and that's posted in Canvas. And then you're going to work on these 2 homework assignments. Okay, and then right here, your upcoming assignment is your project. Your upcoming assignment is your project. So this is what you need to focus on this week, right here. Okay, now, right underneath this, within a half hour of when this is finished, I will post the video link to our class overview for today. And I'll do that every week. So if your Wi-Fi is not great, or you're not 100% sure if you're going to be able to attend, the link will be right here. Okay, now we are doing chapter 3 and a teeny tiny part of chapter 7. Okay, you can see right here what to do. You've got a quiz that'll be due before April 17th. And then your homework and your test is due before the 24th. Now, this is new and different. Okay, this is new and different. I've created PowerPoints so that you can follow along with me when I'm lecturing, okay? So you can print these however you want to print these. These are PDFs, and you will be able to follow along with me as I'm doing notes, okay? You don't have to use it. You can use it if you want to, okay? It is kind of beneficial because it's got a table here of some exponential properties, and then as I go further, it has the graphs. And as we talk about these, having those graphs may be beneficial to you. So I wanted to point out that that's new and different. If you'll notice right here, it says video math 144 lesson 3.1 coming soon. I've got to finish tweaking that, and that'll be uploaded this afternoon during my afternoon time. So you'll have both of those. Okay. WebAssign. Let me look at WebAssign. Here's our WebAssign class. So you'll see right here that the homework for 3.1, your target due date for that is April 6th. April 6th, that's next Monday. But you'll look and see that it's not due until April 24th. That's the day that you have to take the test. Try to stay on top of this. Don't put this off, okay? Try to stay on top of that. Okay. Then, I want to talk about your project. Okay, I had a few questions over the spring break about your project. Now, I'm going to do a video as we approach the project on how to submit it. But right now, I want us to look at it. Hopefully, you have downloaded that. Whoops, sorry. Here's your project. It's the document page. Okay, project, Math 144. You want to look at that. Now, there's a lot of these that we've already done. Okay, you know how to do number 1. Okay, so you can go back and you can look at that. We just did that. Okay, and you're going to be, and you can use Desmos. You can use Desmos on this. Number 2, you're working backwards and finding what the name of that or the equation for that is. Number 3 is piecewise. Another piecewise. Number 5, students have a habit of making number 5 too difficult. Don't make that too difficult, okay? Don't make that too difficult. Okay, number 6, you're trying to put it in standard form of a quadratic, okay? This is the inverse function. Typically, that's a little bit difficult for students, so you definitely want to go back and watch that video on how to do inverse functions. And numbers 8 and 9, we are doing this week. So by the end of this week, you will be able to complete 8 and 9. Now, number 10 and the extra credit, that may have to get thrown out. And if it gets thrown out, then I'll give you full credit for number 10. I'm just going to have to see. I want to do those, but if we may have to throw that out because we missed that week of class. So I'll make a decision on that in the next week or so and let you know, but you're going to have to hang tight on number 10. Okay, and you're signing an integrity statement. You're saying that you did not use tutor resources website problem solvers, your old math teacher. Here are your allowed resources. YouTube videos, and those are all the videos that I've done. Desmos, the Matrix app is an app that we will use to do number 10, okay? And so that's something that is approved. I only worked with other students in the Math 144 class. And again, that can be any Math 144 student in either of my Math 144 classes, okay? So you definitely want to print that out. And that is a test grade. So typically students do very well on that. You just kind of want to get started on it. Now, here are the piecewise function. That's a video on piecewise function. So you want to watch that as you're working on the piecewise function. Inverse functions, you want to watch that as you're working on the inverse function. And rational function, you can watch it as you're working on the rational function. Okay, so all of these are resources, and you can use more videos than just these 3. These are the 3 that typically students need a review on right before we do that. Okay, so I am going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me again. Okay, questions. What can I do to make you feel better about this? Okay. Okay, the question is, are we doing quiz 3 on WebAssign? Yes, you will be doing chapter 3 quiz on WebAssign. And that's, I won't write it for another week or 2. When you do the quiz on WebAssign, you'll get 2 attempts for every problem. And so if you get it wrong the first time, you get to do it again. And it'll help you to get ready for the test. So yes, you'll be doing quiz 3 and your next test on WebAssign. Good question, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Any questions or comments on how you're feeling about this? Do you download the CAM Scanner app to your phone, or can you download it? Yes, so we don't have to worry about CAM Scanner for a little bit. CAM Scanner is an app on your phone, and I'm going to recruit my husband to do a video of me doing a CAM scanner so that you can see exactly how to do that. The CAM scanner allows you to take your papers, you're going to take pictures of your papers, and you are going to turn it into a PDF. And that PDF, then you email the PDF to yourself, and then you upload that PDF. And as we get closer to when the project is due, I absolutely will be available to help with that. But CAM Scanner is an app that you use on your phone. Now, if you have an actual scanner at your house, you certainly can use an actual scanner. You do not have to, but you certainly can. With the technology of today, scanners are becoming a little bit more obsolete because our phone will turn them into PDFs. And so I will make sure, and I'll post that video under there. I'll even probably talk about it during one of our weekly overviews. Great question, thank you. And I want to go back to your last test and your last quiz. I have had those graded for a little while. I thought that I had entered those in. I must not have. I apologize. As you know, our whole lives have been kind of turned upside down in the last couple of weeks, and so it may be that I didn't enter those in. So I apologize about that, and I will get those entered in for you today. Okay, what else? Any other questions? What else can I do for you? Okay, I am available by email. I think at noon today, I have office hours. I'm gonna check my schedule. Yes, I have office hours from noon to 1 today in Zoom. All you have to do is click that link. And you will be right there with me in my office hours. Okay? So anything else? Anything else? Do you guys want to see my dog? She wants to help me. So there's my puppy. Yes, she's looking at me like, what are you doing? And then here's my other dog. She wants attention too. So that's Zoe. So there's my puppies. Okay. Zoom is telling me I'm running out of time. I'm only allowed 40 minutes. Okay. Anything else? Okay, well then I am going to stop the video. Please don't hesitate to email me or come see me during office hours if you need anything. It's good to see you guys. Bye.